Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky here from Most Valuable Podcast, joined by my co-host, not only of Most Valuable Podcast, but of the Primetime Podcast, Brandon Swanson. And we're here today continuing our picks, college pick'ems, week 2 coming in. Week 1 was not a good one neither of us got scotch-free. I believe we had one commenter go scotch-free. Maybe he had one wrong with Arizona State. That's the game that choked up Brandon. Obviously, I'm 4-2 after last week because I had to pick the Hokies. I didn't see Brewer going down with any kind of an injury. So as of right now, Brandon with the early lead out of week 1, 5-1. I'm 4-2. I'm going to try to catch up though this week. And we got some nice games here. We got 5 of them. So we're back down to the core 5. And the first one, number 9 Notre Dame, Malik Zaire, going into Virginia to play the Cavaliers. Who you got, Brandon?
Well, Ricky, first of all, I have to say 5-1. And to everybody, what's new? We shouldn't be surprised. I'm not.
You weren't perfect, though.
Wasn't perfect, but then again,
who is?
Who is?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
But Notre Dame, Virginia, I don't think this is a tough one either in my mind. I think it's Notre Dame. I mean, we saw what Notre Dame did to Texas. We thought that, Texas would put up at least somewhat of a fight. 3 points isn't even close to scratching a fight.
And this is a Virginia team that couldn't beat UCLA with the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, we talked about it before. This is a Virginia team who had a coach on the hot seat.
Is on the hot seat.
Still is on the hot seat.
He didn't get fired yet.
But he still is on the hot seat. But when we were looking at, in one of the podcasts that we did of coaches on the hot seat, he was one of them, and I think towards the top. So I think Notre Dame has everything going for them in this game. They're number 9 coming into it. They'll probably move up after a win this week against Virginia.
I'm going to pick Notre Dame as well, but I will disagree with you on the fact that I don't think Notre Dame moves up much from this game. It's a weaker opponent. Yeah, it's a Power 5 guy, but Malik Zaire continues the early dominance that we saw. No way that the Fighting Irish lose this one. Now the next one. This is one of a trio of top 25 matchups we've got. We've got number 19 Oklahoma going into number 23 Tennessee. And the thing for me with this game, did I kind of have a little bit of an inkling to pick the Vols? Yes. However, I feel like at this point, my preseason high of the Sooners is so high that I just think they're going to win this game. Will it be a great game? Big 12 opponent, SEC opponent, yes. But I just feel like Oklahoma and Stoops is just going to do just enough to win at Rocky Top.
Well, here's the thing, and I have to start off by giving an apology to Tennessee fans who I kind of really didn't really count you guys in at all. I'll be honest about that. I just kind of wrote them off at the beginning. So there's my apology. I also apologize for this. Oklahoma's going to win. I think it's going to be a great game. I think Tennessee puts up a great fight, but I think in the end, Oklahoma, I'm with Ricky, they do just enough to be able to get the win in this one, Oklahoma.
The next one. This is the Ohio State, Virginia Tech last week was the game of the week. This is the game of the week, week 2. The rematch, another rematch of last year. We have Pac-12 opponent, runner-up in the college football playoff, number 7, Oregon, going up against number 5, Michigan State of the Big Ten. And I'm just going to throw mine out there right away. I had this upset, even though I'm calling it an upset because they won last year. I had this pick going into the season from the team previews we did. I'm sticking by it. Michigan State gets the win at home. They're going to be better conditioned this time around, and they're going to know what to expect from this Duck offense, this Duck team, not on paper, just how to handle it physically, especially the defense.
Well, Ricky, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to the quarterback position. What quarterback is a little bit more stable? And I think that when you look at the two, you've got Cook and you've got Adams on the other side.
Adams was injured in week 1. He will play, though, week 2.
Yeah, he will. He's lucky. But I think at the end of the day, you have to look at what quarterback's going to be more stable, which one's going to be better for you, which one's going to be able to do more with the football and be more successful.
It's kind of Cook all day, every day.
And it is going to be Michigan State. They're going to come out of this one. They're going to get the win. And that is why I say that Notre Dame will move up because Oregon will move down.
Okay, I can see that. Now I'm going to take back my Notre Dame not moving up because I didn't take that into consideration. However, if this is a close game, maybe Oregon only moves down a spot.
And they may
happen,
but
before.
That's just my thought right now.
The last of the trio for the top 25 games. This is more interesting to me than the Oregon-Michigan State game. And you're probably going, Ricky, you're a Big Ten guy. How can you say that? But we got number 14 LSU against number 25 Dak Prescott and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. It's kind of the one status I saw from one of my buddies on Facebook. It's who do you pick in this game? The eye of the tiger or more cowbell? Which one are you going with? I'm going eye of the tiger.
Well, see, for me, LSU comes into this one with a record of 0-0. And if I were them, I don't want to be playing at Mississippi State for my very first game of the season.
However,
Dak Prescott with, I believe, 237 yards last week, 3 touchdowns.
They didn't look
You have
good,
not
though.
knocked this guy off of his perch yet.
I will say, though, Mississippi State, especially early in that first half, did not look that impressive against Southern Miss. If they come out that flat again, LSU is going to take charge. And to me, this is an LSU team that, they didn't play week 1. So that means they're more charged to play. Look at what happened with Illinois and Kent State. They get postponed. They play the next day. Illinois comes out on fire. They're just pumped to play. I feel like, you're coming into a hostile environment with the more cowbell. However, you're playing a team that is hungry to play their first game of football.
And I'll go on the other side, too, and say that Mississippi State has played that game. They have that game under their belt. They're able to look at, what went wrong. Why didn't they get off to a fast start? What went well in the second half? They're going to be coming out ready to go. Again, they've got that game under their belt. They're 1-0. Dak Prescott is going to lead the charge against LSU. It'll be a great game. And it's going to be tough. What game am I going to watch? Because that game, I think, starts at 8:15. The Oregon-Michigan State game's already going on at 7. It's flipping. I wish I had the 2 TVs right there. But
Or you know what you do? You go ahead and watch one on the TV. You get the other. Because one of them's on ESPN. I think both of them are on ESPN. You get one on the TV, one on the computer. One gets mute, one gets sound. That's how you got to do it. But our last game, 2 surprising teams from week 1. Number 20 getting into the rankings, Boise State Broncos. They're always there. They're always hanging around. And then you got BYU, who no one expected them to beat the Cornhuskers last week. Who you got in this one?
Well, BYU didn't expect BYU to beat the Cornhuskers last week.
With their backup quarterback.
And a Hail Mary prayer to end the game.
Living on a prayer, baby.
And they did it. And that prayer, it's going to end in church this weekend because Boise State is going to come in. They're going to make sure that there is no Hail Mary prayer final pass to end this game. Boise State's going to get it done. BYU is going to go 1-1, and the Hail Mary, well, we'll just forget about it.
I'm picking BYU in this game. I watched the ending of that Boise State-Washington game. To me, it's going to come down to the offenses. BYU against Nebraska put up more points. The offense looked better than BYU against Washington. There were times where, I know Washington stalled as well, but BYU had chances to run Washington out of the game and just couldn't do it. Yeah, Washington has a better defense than some people give them credit for, but I just feel like this Boise State offense it's gonna stall a little bit, and if BYU can just get a couple things rolling early, they could be in a position to win this game close again. I'm going underdog in this one. BYU Cougars, Jimmer Fredette style, gonna win this one. That's a throwback to the BYU. Throwback, little Jimmer Fredette.
So what Ricky's trying to do is he's trying to be really ballsy this week, and he's trying to get back what he lost last week, being down. He's 4-2, 5-1, so he's going to try and jump me this week. And anyone who's a avid listener and viewer knows that Ricky is off of his rocker.
Yeah, hey, it's a ballsy move, but I think I'm going to go with it. This is where you come into the conversation. You go ahead, you click down below, tell us what teams are you picking in these games. Yet again, Notre Dame, Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Oregon, Michigan State. We have LSU, Mississippi State, and then Boise State at BYU. Let us know who you got winning and maybe why down below. Maybe why. If you just want to give the picks, that's fine too. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Ricky Widmer. Brandon's at young_swan19. Most Valuable Podcast is at Most Valuable Pod. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Cannot wait to talk about these games in the Primetime Podcast next week. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and as always, have a good day, everybody.
Don't forget that we started a Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcasts to check out all of our reward options. Remember, you can still get our content for free by subscribing to our YouTube page. But if you want to support us financially, now you can be rewarded for doing so. The link's in the description. What are you waiting for?